that we can chant when we, what is the mood for us to chant when we are chanting the holy name, like on our japa mala? What is the mood in our chanting if we're chanting in Sankirtan with devotees? And the point I've tried to make now several times, I'll just try to make it again, is that we can learn what are the moods of devotion by hearing the prayers of the Acharyas, by taking shelter of the moods of our Acharyas. And to take shelter of those moods, we have to hear about them, we have to chant them, and also we have to remember them. We have to keep them in our mind. And to do that, it will be very helpful if we can memorize something. Our acharyas have said, how they have spoken, how they have prayed, and we can meditate on these moods. We can focus our mind on them. One of the principles that we learn from Bhagavad Gita is that by contemplating the objects of the senses, then you develop attachment for them. So if you somehow your mind is in some material object, maybe like a nice new car, and so if you'll allow your mind to always contemplate, oh, that would be very nice to have that car. Oh, that car is very good. It looks very good. I would feel very good if I had that car. If you allow your mind on and on always to dwell on that type of sense object, you will gain more and more attachment, because that is the way of the mind. That where you absorb your attention, your mind will develop attachments into those places. So in our practice of sadhana bhakti, it is very important that we make a strong effort to put our minds into thoughts of pure devotional service. Because by putting our minds into pure devotion, then we can hope to develop some interest, some attachment for that. And so like last week, we looked at that beautiful song Gopinath by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, because in that bhajan, there were so many like very beautiful, pure devotional moods being expressed. And so in continuing on in that same line, today I've also thought we could look at another very beautiful, very prominent bhajan of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. It's also in our Vaishnav songbooks, like, the standard songbooks of Vaishnav bhajan that we all have and that, we use in the temple. Because again, it will express moods of pure devotion. And so by putting our mind there, by absorbing our mind in that type of subject matter, we can hope to become attached to that thing, to that pure devotional mood. And if our mind is saturated with that pure devotional mood, then we can bring a devotional mood to our chanting. We can chant with some devotional intention. Without having that, our mind may be more restless, going here and there during our chanting. Our mind may be dwelling on even material things that we are like attached to and want. And that's not desired. That's not favorable at all. We want to keep our mind absorbed in spiritual desires, spiritual hopes, spiritual attachments, and we want to absorb our mind there so that those attachments can become our attachments. Like the way our acharyas are praying, we want that those prayers come closer to us. They come closer to our heart, they come closer to our mind. We want to become more focused on those things and more attached to those things. So anyway, that is my humble introduction. I think I'm saying the same thing every time, just maybe in a little bit of a different way, but I hope it's clear. I hope my point is kind of well taken. Okay, Yasodanandan Prabhu, now I need to share the screen, and because I'm not the host, it's not possible for me to do that. So what should I do? Yasodanandan Prabhu? Yashodanandan Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, Sham is sorting this out.
Yes.
Prabhu,
All right.
you can share it.
Anyone have?
You can share it. You can share it now. You can share the screen.
It says I'm not able. Host disabled participant screen sharing. I'm not able to share. Okay. Okay. So we will look at Kabe Bolo Se Dina Amar, this very famous bhajan. And we will spend some time on the meaning today. We will spend some time on the meaning today, and then we will spend some time on singing this bhajan on Wednesday. So, can I ask for someone to volunteer to please read this bhajan? Someone be willing to do that?
So do we have to just read the English translation?
Yes, Shamarani Mataji, will you be willing to do that?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, great.
Okay, I can't see the entire.
Oh, really?
I can't see the F. I'm looking at my hard copy, but it's the translation is different from the one to the screen. I can't really see the full screen for some reason.
Oh, really? Is there any trouble with the way that I've shared the screen, Yasodanandan? Can everyone understand that?
I think it's okay, Prabhu.
I
Okay.
can see the whole screen.
It's not a problem.
Okay.
Okay, if somebody can
Ro-
see it, they can read it.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, I'll try to read it.
Yes, Rasika Chandra, thank you. That's great.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dhanam Pranam.
Dhanava
Please
Pranam,
tell
Prabhu.
me, when will that day be mine? My offenses will come to an end, and a taste for the pure holy name will be infused within my heart by the power of divine grace. Feeling myself lower than a blade of grass, welcoming the quality of forbearance into my heart, giving honor to all living beings and being freed from false pride, one will I taste the essence of the liquid nectar of the holy name. Whilst followers, beautiful women are described in worldly poetry, I do not want any such bodily pleasures. O Lord Gauranga, O Lord Gaurahari, please give me unmotivated devotion to your lotus feet, birth after birth. When, while articulating the divine name of Sri Krishna, will my body be filled in ecstasy rapture, my words choking with emotion, loss of color and ecstatic trembling occurring, and streams of tears flowing constantly from my eyes. When in the land of Navadvip, on the banks of the celestial Ganga, will I run about innocently, calling out, "Oh Gaura, oh Nityananda," dancing and singing. I will wander about like a madman, even with all consideration of proper social behavior. When will Lord Nityananda be merciful to me and release me from the illusion of worldliness? When will he give me the shade of his own lotus feet and bestow upon me the qualification necessary to enter the marketplace of the holy name? Somehow or other I shall buy or steal the mellows of the name of Lord Hari, becoming thoroughly intoxicated by those liquid mellows. I will be stunned by touching the feet of those great souls who are expert in relishing those mellows. I will be constantly immersed in the sweet nectar of the holy name. When will there be an awakening in me of compassion for all fallen souls? Then this Bhakti Vinod will forget his own happiness, and with a meek heart he will set out to propagate by humble solicitation the sacred order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Very nice. Thank you. Okay, let's go through this more gradually. Somebody's just I can't come in. What's happening?
Prabhu, there is one devotee who is saying that she can join.
Uh-huh.
Can you admit her?
I don't see any. I admitted somebody just a moment ago, but I don't see any other people asking to be admitted. You can ask them. Maybe just you send messages to them, Yusoda, and try to understand what is the problem, because I think they haven't tried to enter the Zoom room. Okay, let's please repeat, and someone can leave on their microphone so that I can hear the repetition. Please tell me.
Please tell me,
When, oh when, will that day be mine?
when, oh, when will that
mine.
My offenses will come to an end,
my offenses will come to an end,
and a taste for the pure holy name
and a taste for the holy name
will be infused within my heart by the power of divine grace.
will be infused within my heart by the power of divine grace.
Please tell me when, oh when, will that day be mine?
Please tell me when, oh, when will that day be mine?
My offenses will come to an end,
My offenses will come to an end,
and a taste for the pure holy name will be infused in my heart by the power of divine grace.
and the taste for the pure holy name will be infused within my heart by the power of divine grace.
Okay, we're going to do this verse in one more style. Now I want you to repeat, but I want you to repeat silently within your mind. And every time I speak and you repeat, you will repeat the phrase 3 times in your mind. So this will be a little bit like a guided meditation. It's almost like we are doing like japa of this verse, because we want this sentiment to come to our mind. Okay, so everyone, you will repeat, but you will not repeat out loud. You will repeat by your mind. Please tell me. When, oh when, will that day be mine? My offenses will come to an end, and a taste for the pure holy name will be infused in my heart. And a taste for the pure holy name will be infused within my heart. By the power of divine grace. Now everyone chant, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare. Yes. So now I'd like to hear something from a few devotees. You can say something. What is your reflection about this mood? What is your reflection about cultivating this desire and about praying to the holy name with this desire in your heart? Can someone say something? Offer some reflection, some realization, or some inspiration? Shamarani Mataji, do you have something on your mind to speak?
I was reflecting. I was reflecting on the offenses part, Prabhu. Knowing, unknowing, we commit offenses, and sometimes we struggle with our japa, and we don't make the connection that we may have done something that really have put us off track, where we're not able to really focus properly and meditate during our chanting, and that we should really bring it back to.
Oh, I think you became muted.
Prabhu, someone just sent a message that you can disable the waiting room from the security.
Okay, I'm just letting people in as they come, but I'm not sure how to do that.
I'm sorry, Prabhu. I was just interrupted. My little daughter came in.
Sure, okay.
I apologize for that. I apologize for that. Yes, I was just meditating on this part that if we really make the connection when we're not able to really sit and focus, have a very focused japa, that look at something that may have happened. That's a one part of it. When will that day be mine? When those offenses do cease, and the pure holy names become infused in our heart. So we've been chanting for many years, but we have really, for me personally, I would love to progress to a phase where that the holy name really becomes infused in the heart. I'm not at that stage, you know, and I'm sure that it all is linked to. We may think we're not committing offenses, but there's so many subtleties. If maybe you can touch on that, and also power of divine grace. Obviously, it's by the Lord's mercy that we can attain the stage, but we really have to put in a great effort and really become really in a prayerful mood, really disconnect from the material and the external, and really try to go internal. And using these prayers really seem to be the way that we can get to that platform. And I really appreciating this this meditation that you're helping us get into.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, I definitely, we are struggling with so many offenses, and this is blocking us from the spiritual advancement that we want. But yeah, this kind of this cry is very strong. When, oh when will it happen? Like, will that day ever come where finally I'm not burdened by all the offenses that I'm always prone to make? Will that day ever happen? That I can achieve that amazing platform of being freed from offenses, and the pure holy name will be infused within my heart. What an incredible way to speak. Yes, thank you. Anyone else have any reflection? I want to go through each of these individual stanzas, because they're all expressing some very beautiful mood and sentiment. And so just step by step. But if anybody else would like to share any thoughts, any reflections, especially on this first stanza. Yes, Radha Kripa Kataksha.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna everyone. I just apologize today for I can't switch my video on because the internet connection is unstable. But a taste for the holy name will be infused within my heart just shows that it's really not up to us. Of course, offenses and everything, but it's the holy name themselves. They get infused within our heart by their own sweet will.
Very nice. Very nice. Yes, it is mercy to be pure and free from offense. Thank you. That's very nice. Rasika Chandra Prabhu, thank you.
Krishna Guruji. Yeah. From day one of our spiritual life, when we started practicing Krishna consciousness, we are always reminded of the ill effect of offenses while we are doing our japa. And that's for that we every day we chant the 10 offenses and try to meditate on that to like avoid these offenses. So here it is clearly like the understanding of my understanding that Dr. Thakur is saying that the taste for the pure holy name of the Lord will come only when we try to stop these offenses coming in our mind. Otherwise, the taste for the holy name will never come in our heart. So that's true. We are trying every day to chant the holy name of the Lord, and so many things comes in our mind, like flooding our nasty mind with so many things which are buzzed with every day, and that is the stumbling block to stop us to taste the pure holy name of the Lord. So we have to work on it, at least try it. We know it's very difficult to get rid of those offenses, but we should try as sadhaka to get rid of those offenses. And then if we try it, mercy will come, and that will help us both to overcome these offenses. And at the end of the day, we can taste the holy name of the Lord. Otherwise, it's impossible. It's impossible. Prabhupada says we can chant for millions of lifetimes, but we can't release the holy name. So that's the way. You have to at least try to get rid of those offenses. Thank you so much.
Prabhu, thank you so much. Very nice. Okay, let's look at the second stanza. Feeling myself lower than a blade of grass, welcoming the quality of forbearance into my heart, giving honor to all living beings, and being freed from false pride. When will I taste the essence of the liquid nectar of the holy name. Okay, everyone, please repeat. And you can leave your microphones on. Feeling myself lower than a blade of grass.
Feeling
Feeling
myself
myself lower than a blade of grass.
Welcoming the quality of forbearance into my heart.
Welcoming the quality of forbearance into my heart.
Giving honor to all living beings.
Giving
Giving
honor to
honor
all
Giving
living
honor
beings.
to all living beings.
And being freed from false pride.
being
And
free
being
from
freed
false
from
pride.
false pride.
When will I taste the essence of the liquid nectar of the holy name?
When will I taste the essence of the
The
liquid
essence
nectar
of the
of the
liquid nectar of the
The
holy
holy
name.
name.
So now let's, as a guided meditation, now we will repeat, but we will repeat in the mind. And every phrase we can repeat 3 times in the mind to try to make a stronger impression, and so that the meaning of these words come more deeply into our consciousness. Feeling myself lower than a blade of grass.
Feeling myself lower than a blade of grass.
Yes, Dharam Prabhu, now we will just do this as we will repeat in our mind only. We will not repeat by speaking. Try one.
Okay.
Thank you, Prabhu. Feeling myself lower than a blade of grass. Welcoming the quality of forbearance into my heart. Giving honor to all living beings. And being freed from false pride. When will I taste the essence of the liquid nectar of the holy name? Okay, I'll read the whole thing again. Feeling myself lower than a blade of grass, welcoming the quality of forbearance into my heart, giving honor to all living beings, and being freed from false pride. When will I taste the essence of the liquid nectar of the holy name? Okay, would anyone like to share any thoughts or reflections about this verse? If we were to meditate on this verse, how would it help our chanting? Yes, Yasodanandan Prabhu.
Prabhu, this verse completely reflects I think the verse Trinada Pisuni Chena Tarora Pisai Suna Amandina Amandina Kirtan Sadahari. It reflects completely that verse. This
Very,
whole line.
very Yes. So, but a little bit he has like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has given as an instruction. You should do like this. You should be humble. You should be tolerant. You should give all respects. In such a state of mind, you can chant. And here, Bhakti Vinod, he is in the mood of, he has received that instruction. We all heard that instruction before. And now he is praying, when will I be like this? When will I like take these qualities into my heart? When I can imbibe these qualities, then I will taste the essence of the liquid nectar of the holy name. When will that come? Anyone else? Any thoughts? Any reflection on this verse? On this stanza, rather?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. It
Sort of.
yes, the Trinada piece in each and our verse. We hear it often. We hear a lot of things often, like chant the holy name and be happy, chant and be happy. But it's not as easy as it seems. Even this, we're getting a lot of instructions. We have a whole vast scripture before us. But unless we really get to a phase of really wanting to do it, really putting ourselves, really trying, because to be more tolerant than a blade of grass, this is a very high level. To be able to give honor to all living beings, that's not an easy, simple, straightforward thing either. Ridding ourselves from false pride, that also is not easy. And we see at the end of it, it says, we will be able to taste the essence of the liquid nectar of the holy name. So as easy as it may seem, we have to really put in a magnanimous effort. It's not something that come easily.
Very true. Very true. Thank you so much. Yashoda Mataji, did you want to say something?
Hi, Krishna Prabhu. As I was thinking that unless we develop the mood of humility and thinking that finally at the end of the day we are all parts and parcels of Krishna. So until we reach that state, we cannot really chant the holy name in the right state of mind.
Very true. Very true. Very true. Thank you. Hey, Dharam Prabhu, what do you think? You have anything you would like to share?
I like to say that someone who is lower and more tolerant than the blade of grass, he is a person very high, and if someone doesn't have, is free from false pride, then 100% he's going to Goloka Dham, and for sure he will get the essence of the liquid nectar of the holy name.
Very nice comment, Dharam Prabhu. Very nice. Thank you so much. You spoke very well. Thank you for sharing. I hope you speak sometimes regularly. When you speak, it is very nice. Okay, let's look at the next verse or the next stanza. Wealth, followers, beautiful women as described in worldly poetry. I do not want any such bodily pleasures. O Lord Gaudahari, please give me unmotivated devotion to your lotus feet, birth after birth. Okay, please repeat. We'll repeat out loud at first. Wealth, followers, beautiful women as described in worldly poetry.
Wealth,
Everyone,
followers, beautiful as described in worldly poetry.
do not want any such bodily pleasures.
I do not want
I
any
don't
such
want any
bodily
such
pleasure.
bodily pleasures.
O Lord Gaudahari,
O Lord Gorahari,
please give me unmotivated devotion to your lotus feet.
please give me unmotivated devotion to the lotus
Devotion
feet,
to your lotus feet.
Birth after birth.
birth after birth.
Yes, so let's repeat in our minds. We will repeat 3 times in the mind. Wealth, followers, beautiful women as described in world poetry. I do not want any such bodily pleasures. O Lord Gaudahari, please give me unmotivated devotion to your lotus feet. Birth after birth. I will read it again. Wealth, followers, beautiful women as described in worldly poetry. I do not want any such bodily pleasures. O Lord Gaudahari, please give me unmotivated devotion to your lotus feet, birth after birth. I think few devotees we didn't hear from. Sita Devi, would you be willing to say something? Anything that, any kind of reflection? Any inspiration?
Hi Krishna Prabhu. Sorry, I just joined because I just reached home.
Okay.
So it's my first day today. Please
Okay.
accept my humble obeisances. Maybe some next section I can speak.
Okay, sure. But actually our program here is little informal. Just we want to spend time trying to absorb our mind in these beautiful, pure devotional moods, and then share something in our mind, something in our heart. So okay, no problem. You don't have to do for now, but maybe for the next one you can be ready. So
Yes,
there's
Prabhuji.
thank you. There's another person named Seaburn.
Hi Krishna Prabhu, hi Krishna everyone. Unfortunately I can't turn on my camera. I'm very sick, but my reflection on this verse would be more pertaining to the unmotivated devotion. I think I would talk about myself. I always stand in front of Radha Golokananda in the temple and always come in front of them. Even so unintentionally asking for something, but over time I do realize that I have to go in front of them asking for unmotivated devotion, asking for nothing but their love and surrender to them, to the devotees, and be blessed by their mercy to be able to live my life without any material desires as such. So for me, that would be the main purpose of my life, to be going in front of Radha Golokananda and asking for unmotivated devotion.
Wow. Very, very nice comment. Thank you so much for sharing that. That was beautiful. Great. Maybe anyone else has something they want to speak about? I know everyone is a little shy. Okay, it's okay. Oh, yes, Yasodanandan Prabhu, please.
So actually, this verse shows us that we shouldn't hanker for these material things like wealth, followers, beautiful women. Instead, we should hanker for devotion for the Lord.
Hey, Yasodanandan Prabhu, very nice. Yasodanandan Prabhu, which verse is this stanza reflecting? Do you know, Prabhu?
Nadharam Najanam Nasundari. I don't know the verse completely.
Janam na janam na sundarim kavitamba jagadishakamai dhanmanishware bhavatad bhaktir haituki tvayi. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is, oh my Lord, I don't want wealth. I just want your unmotivated devotional service, birth after birth. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is declaring this, his like very high standard of purity of intention. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he is like helping us pray to this kind of with this sentiment. Please, Lord, please, I also want to come to this point of having such pure motivation that I'm not interested in any worldly gain anymore. I want to be finished with that. Now I just want to have only pure devotion. And birth after birth also. It means if it is the Lord's will, I can take birth again and again. This is no harm. I'm ready for this. Main thing is I always want to be engaged in the Lord's service. I always want my mind to be fixed on the lotus feet of the Lord. Unmotivated devotion to your lotus feet, birth after birth, he says. Very nice. Okay. Okay, let's look at the fourth stanza. Actually, this bhajan is very big and it's very complete, and there's so many like incredible moods in this bhajan. That's why I want to go through it a little bit slowly so that we don't miss too much of it. Like something stays in our mind, what we heard. Okay, when, while articulating the divine name of Sri Krishna, will my body be thrilled in ecstatic rapture, my words choking with emotion, loss of color and ecstatic trembling occurring, and streams of tears flowing constantly from my eyes. So please repeat. First, we repeat out loud. When, while articulating the divine name of Sri Krishna,
When
When, while
name
articulating
of Sri Krishna
the divine name of Sri Krishna,
will my body be thrilled in ecstatic rapture?
Will my body be
body
filled with ecstatic rapture?
rapture.
My words choking with emotion,
My words choking with emotion.
Emotion.
loss of color and ecstatic trembling occurring,
Loss of color and ecstatic trembling occurring.
streams of tears flowing constantly from my eyes.
Streams of tears flowing constantly
from my eyes.
Okay, let's repeat in our mind 3 times every phrase now. When, while articulating the divine name of Sri Krishna, will my body be thrilled in ecstatic rapture? My words choking emotion, loss of color and ecstatic trembling occurring, and streams of tears flowing constantly from my eyes. I will read it full again. When, while articulating the divine name of Sri Krishna, will my body be thrilled in ecstatic rapture, my words choking with emotion, loss of color and ecstatic trembling occurring, and streams of tears flowing constantly from my eyes? So these are, first of all, this is also echoing one of the verses of the Shikshastaka. Does anybody remember which verse? Nayanam galadashrudaraya vadanam gad kararudhaya gira pulakir nichitam vapukata tavanamagrahane bhavishyati. O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly while I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up? And when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name? So these kinds of ecstatic symptoms, this is for the very elevated devotees, for like the Uttam Adhikaris, or you can say for the Bhava Bhaktas, for those who have graduated. You know, we are doing sadhana, we are in the stage of practice, and then the graduate stage is when you come to the position of bhava. Maybe if we took any like Nectar of Devotion class for Bhakti Shastri, maybe we learned about that. And we've seen some examples in our life of these kinds of incredible, deep emotions coming from great devotees. Like there's a few times when Srila Prabhupada, like there's one very famous recording, Srila Prabhupada, he's singing the bhajan by Lochandas Thakur, Parama Karuna Pahudvijana. And he was singing that bhajan and then speaking about it in Atlanta, Georgia, an important city like on the east coast of America, because they have big deities of Gornitai in that temple that Prabhupada, like they were installed in Prabhupada's time. And so Prabhupada he began crying while he was giving lecture saying, how merciful are Gornitai, how merciful are Gornitai. So this is like, generally our hearts are too steel framed that even though we are in contact with devotional service, and we are in contact with Krishna and with Radharani and Gornitai, the most high, like wonderful, attractive objects of worship and service and love. But it's very difficult for us to cry because we still have some offense in us. Our heart is still steel framed. Our heart is not softened, that we can cry like this, that we can, that our words can choke. Like the famous devotee Mother Yamuna, she sings the Govindam prayers that are played in the temple every day. She was famous for several things. She wrote very important cookbook, The Art of Lord Krishna's Cuisine, and it won many awards. So when I met her, she would actually choke when she would chant the name of Krishna. It was something incredible, and it was something very genuine. And so you understood, oh, this devotee is not like the ordinary class of devotees. This devotee is like on a very exalted platform. Yasodhanandan Prabhu, yes, please.
Prabhu, while reading this verse, it makes me remember one course of Rupa Goswami's poem that he wrote on the glorification of the holy name. It says that I do not know how much nectar the two syllables Krish and Na have produced. When the holy name of Krishna dances on my tongue, I desire many tongues, and when it enters into the ears, I desire millions and millions of ears. And when that holy name enters into my heart, it conquers my life and my senses become inert.
Wow. Very nice. What a nice verse. Thank you, Prabhu. That was a great thing to share. Yes, anyone else have any thoughts, any reflections? And also this is very important again and again in this bhajan. I just wanted to point out, always Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he's praying in the mood, when will I come to this point? So it's not that only that someone who is already reached some very high level, they can use this prayer. Actually, this prayer is relevant for all of us, because one day we want to become pure devotee, like Dharam Prabhu is talking about going back to Godhead. So every devotee, we all want to go back to Godhead. But to go back to Godhead, we have to become pure devotees. And so we have to wish for this. We have to hope for this. Like the materialistic person, he's thinking, when will I make $1 million? When will I make $1 million? I just want $1 million. And so the devotee is not interested in that. Devotee understands that this is not a very important goal. It's not a very worthwhile goal. But our desire, when will I have real love that I can cry for Krishna? And so we always can be thinking about that. Hey, Rasika Chandra Prabhu, please, you want to say something?
Yeah, it's really a very high level of to be at that level to chant the holy name of the Lord. But one thing it's my realization that our Acharyas, the Krishna consciousness movement, our Acharyas has done everything to like they have trodden the path for us for us to lead the way to Krishna. They have given every possible facility to us to go on that way and be blessed by the holy name. If we read the translation of this verse, Bhaktivinoda Thakur has given all the facilities, all the mood we have to develop in chanting the holy name with the only hope to taste the holy name of the Lord. Like they are spoon feeding us with their realization. Like they are giving all the facilities.
Very
by
true.
These examples, we can like learn and prepare ourselves and try to develop such mood, and with the only hope to one day we can taste the holy name of the Lord.
Very nice, Prabhu. Thank you so much. That was very good, very nice comment. Acharyas are spoon feeding us. They're giving everything. True, true. If these acharyas were not speaking like this, what access would we have to pure devotional service? We wouldn't understand anything.
Yeah, and when we read the translation, like Bhaktivinoda Thakur has expanded the Six Shastakam in a very practical way, where how we can achieve we can attain each instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in a practical way. How we should develop our mood to come to that level. Although it is very far, but they are giving us a way to go up to there.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Hey, Sita Devi, I would like to try to call on you again. Would you like to add anything?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna everyone. With this verse, I just remembered a clause I was listening about how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself expressed that mood during the Rath Yatra in Puri Dham. There was a katha where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu melt in chanting the holy name during the Rath Yatra.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you. Okay, let's go on. All these stanzas are very nice. Okay, just I'll read. When in the land of Navadvip, on the banks of the celestial Ganga, will I run about innocently calling out, O Gauda, O Nityananda, dancing and singing, I will wander about like a madman, giving up all consideration of proper social behavior. So everyone please repeat, and you can leave your microphones on. When in the land of Navadvip,
When in the land of Navadvip,
on the banks of the celestial Ganga,
On the banks
on the banks of the celestial Ganga,
will I run about innocently calling out, O Gauda, O Nityananda,
will I run about innocently calling out, O Gaura, O Nityananda.
dancing and singing, I will wander about like a madman.
Dancing and singing, I will wander about like a madman.
Giving up all consideration of proper social behavior.
Giving up all considerations of proper social behavior.
Proper social behavior.
Very good. Okay, so now let's repeat in our mind. Every phrase we will repeat 3 times. When in the land of Navadvip. On the banks of the celestial Ganga. Will I run about innocently calling out, O Gaura, O Nityananda? Dancing and singing, I will wander about like a madman. Giving up all consideration of proper social behavior. Okay, I'll read the full thing again. When in the land of Navadvip, on the banks of the celestial Ganga, will I run about innocently calling out, O Gaura, O Nityananda, dancing and singing, I will wander about like a madman, giving up all consideration of proper social behavior. Anyone have any reflections, any thoughts about this amazing meditation? Bhaktivinoda is thinking, he's dreaming, when will I become like a madman on the bank of the Ganga? Yes, Shamarani, did you?
Land of Navadvip. That is where Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's house is situated. That's where my mind is traveling right now. Innocently calling out Gaura and Nityananda. So Srila Prabhupada tells us that we should call out to the Lord as a baby calls out to for its mother. So when a baby calls out for its mother, he is not thinking how he is calling out. He's rolling on the ground, screaming through his tantrums. He's just longing for his mother. He's not worried who is looking. And so when they're talking about giving up all consideration of social behavior, so we are so bodily conscious. We are always thinking how we are we presentable, how we, the way we speak. We're very conscious like this, but we have to come to a point here. He's saying we have to come to a point where we are truly like a madman. We are not in external, like, considering what is going on the outside, but genuinely as a baby is crying, as a baby needs its mother, it's crying like this, we should be calling out to the Lord.
Very nice comment. Very nice. One devotee joined named Bharati. Would you be willing to speak something, Bharati Mataji? If you can do, I don't know. Or Rasika Chandra Prabhu, would you like to speak something?
When I was reading this translation, I was thinking about just some days back. I was listening to one lecture. The lecture was about Sukadeva Goswami, and he was so absorbed in Krishna's thoughts that he did not care for his social behavior. He was moving around without any dress, and he was so detached from his bodily conception that even when the hair was falling in front of him, he did not bother to move out the hair to see properly in front of him. He was not even caring about his own comfort, that he was just moving around, and he was so Krishna conscious that he didn't care about what people were telling him, what they were thinking about him. He just moved around in sort of Krishna. So this is a consciousness of a devotee who is freed from. He is so absorbed in Krishna consciousness. He is so absorbed in thinking about Krishna that he even like give away all his own bodily comfort and necessities, and what to speak of what others are thinking about him. And this is such a very high level of behavior. But we should aspire, at least when there's another side of the coin, is that we should always be internal in our behavior to Krishna. Even it's not favorable for social people, but we should be internal, not like become a show-off person in Krishna consciousness. We should always be internal in our practice of devotional service.
Very good. Thank you so much. This is very nice. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Someone else like to speak something about this? Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, Prabhu. Actually, this verse makes makes me remember that one pastime of Lord Nityananda when he was in Navadvip, like one day Lord Chaitanya was sitting. I think it was like on the bank of the Ganga, and Lord Nityananda was walking, and he was naked, like his whole clothes was tied all over his head, and he was walking like a madman and crying. Nimai Pandit, our Navadvip, is my life and soul. He was constantly crying for that. And when Lord Chaitanya saw that, he just like, he was so moved that he instantly uh, he instantly went to Nityananda Prabhu, and he dressed him up, and he started to worship him. And we know, and he even said that even if Lord Nityananda enters a wine shop, or he is in a company of a prostitute, still he is worshipable.
Wow. Wow, very nice, Prabhu. Yes, this is like the avadut consciousness. I could think of different examples. Some of our Acharyas, like sometimes Gopishore Prabhuji, he's also like behaving in ways that are completely outside of any social convention, but he's not just He's not just an ordinary madman. His madness is like very highly inspired, deeply realized, very exalted Krishna consciousness. And sometimes externally they will be looking mad. Dancing and singing, I will wander about like a madman, giving up all consideration of proper social behavior. So, like one thought I have is we want to go back to Godhead, but it's like today I took the train, I took 4 hours. It's like just stops on the way, So like we have to come to the point of it, coming to the point of Trinada Pisuni. This is very important. We have to pass this. We have to give up, Nadanam Najanam Nasundarim. We have to give up all our worldly attachments. We have to, Nayanam Galadashu. We have to come to the point that we can really cry for Krishna. These are all like stations that we have to progress through. Even though we think this is very far away, maybe this all is very far away, still it should be clear in our mind. All of these things. Now he's talking about being a madman in Navadvip. Someday we should hope to be like that in our evolution, our spiritual evolution. We should keep that in mind. This is also part of the journey of Krishna consciousness. Like nice examples were given of Sukadev Goswami, Nityananda Prabhu. I mentioned Gorkashodas Babaji. We can think of others, but this position is also there in Krishna consciousness, and maybe one day we will be there, and we should look forward to that. A few thoughts from me. Okay, let's continue. When will Lord Nityananda be merciful to me and release me from the illusion of worldliness? When will he give me the shade of his own lotus feet and bestow upon me the qualification necessary to enter the marketplace of the holy name? Okay, please repeat. When will Lord Nityananda be merciful to me?
When will Lord Nityananda be merciful to me?
When will Lord Nityananda be merciful to me?
And release me from the illusion of worldliness.
And release me from
the illusion of worldliness.
From the illusion of worldliness.
When will he give me the shade of his own lotus feet?
When will he give me the shade of his own lotus feet?
When will he give me the shade of his own lotus feet?
And bestow upon me the qualification necessary to enter the marketplace of heaven.
And bestow upon me the
qualification necessary to enter the marketplace of the holy name.
Okay, let's repeat by mind. When will Lord Nityananda be merciful to me? And release me from the illusion of worldliness. When will he give me the shade of his own lotus feet? And bestow upon me qualification necessary. To enter the marketplace of the holy name. When will Lord Nityananda be merciful to me and release me from the illusion of worldliness? When will he give me the shade of his own lotus feet and bestow upon me the qualification necessary to enter the marketplace of the holy name? This is another incredible stanza. Any reflections, any thoughts about this? Yashoda, did you raise your hand? Oh, Radhakripa Kataksha? Yes, please say something.
This verse shows that actually Lord Nityananda is, sorry, the spiritual master is the representative of Lord Nityananda, because he's the one who releases us from the illusion of worldliness. He does that being the representative of Lord Nityananda. And well, Lord Nityananda is very
Say that again.
merciful.
Lord Nityananda is very merciful.
Lord Nityananda is very merciful. So he gives us a lot of hope, even if I'm in the illusion of worldliness. Lord Nityananda is my only hope. His lotus feet are my only hope.
Thank you, that's very nice. Someone there is Aditi. Aditi, could you please share something? Or maybe you're not hearing. Or anybody else have any thoughts about this very amazing prayer to Nityananda? Yes, Yasoda.
Yes, Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu actually is the original spiritual master, and by praying to him, he can bestow to us the knowledge required to attain the feet of Krishna and to develop taste for the holy name.
Very nice. Yes, Mataji.
Prabhu, Lord Nityananda is very merciful. I think we all can understand that, and we all have experienced that. We are constantly getting these beautiful glimpses. Every now and then, I mean, it's not our attempts are not always perfect. So when we do put in that extra effort, we do get this beautiful glimpses of what it can be like or what it can taste like. But to release us from the illusion completely, it would depend on our degree of surrender. So to the degree that we choose to leave the worldliness and to choose Lord Nityananda, to that degree, he would be merciful to us. But in a much bigger way, because you take one step towards the Lord, he gives us so much more than that. And the qualification to enter the marketplace of the holy name. Marketplace is a place where they sell things. We pay a price for it. But the holy name has been given to us very freely by the Lord. The only price that we need to pay for this is our sincerity and our devotion, our dedication. And that is the price that the Lord is looking for from us. Nothing monetary, nothing financial.
All right. Very good comment. Very good comment. Very nice. Correct. Correct. Yes, he wants to see our enthusiasm, our eagerness. Maybe you can say our greed. We have to have a strong desire. That is the price. Okay, Aditi, can you please say something?
Yes, Prabhu. In fact, I like the second line, which gives emphasis on the qualification necessary to enter the marketplace of the holy name. And as far as qualification is concerned, I believe that we need to have genuine humility, absolutely no material motivation. And this is a qualification which I believe is necessary to get taste for the holy name. And for this, we need to pray to Nityananda to get love for Godhead, because we can't have taste in holy name without the mercy of Lord Nityananda.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you so much. Okay. Yes, Rasika Chandra Prabhu, would you speak something?
I was thinking about that, Prabhu, because when we see Lord Nityananda's mercy and his compassion towards the fallen souls, like, we take the example of the pastimes of Lord Nityananda and Jagai Madai. We see that Nityananda Prabhu, he doesn't consider any of like qualification we need to bestow his mercy upon us. I was reflecting on why Bhaktivinoda Thakur is requesting or is asking for what qualification he need for Lord Nityananda to give him blessing. So for me, it's like, because I know that Lord, if we see the pastimes of Lord Nityananda, that he doesn't have any consideration to bestow upon someone to the mercy of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the holy name. So I was a bit like confused why Bhaktivinoda Thakur is looking for, like, is thinking what Lord Nityananda Prabhu needs someone's qualification to bestow him the mercy of the holy name. Maybe you can enlighten us on this issue.
Well, okay, so Nityananda, I mean, in a way, I think this is my understanding. I cannot like speak like I know everything. But Nityananda Prabhu, his blessing is very important for coming to the point of being totally done with any kind of material lust, any material desire. And so this prayer, he is saying, when will Nityananda Prabhu, when will he release me from this illusion of worldliness? And, you know, one example that's very prominent in our books is in the story of the deliverance of Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami, he was from a very wealthy family. And his father and his uncle were like really rich people. And Raghunath Das Goswami, his parents made all arrangements that he had like a very, very, you know, beautiful and wonderful wife. And they wanted him to be, you know, like a nice Grihastha devotee. But Raghunath Das Goswami, he had like so much eagerness that he wanted to be with with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And so one of the important first steps in that story is that he met Nityananda Prabhu and he very humbly offered his respects from a distance. And Nityananda Prabhu said, "Hey, you're like a thief. You should come close to me. Why are you giving respect from so far? You should come close." This is like, like a cheater will do like that. Or he says, "You're like a thief." So he says, as a punishment, I want you to serve me and my associates chipped rice. And so they made like an incredible grand feast where they served all of the Vaishnavas chipped rice and yogurt. And they had different preparations. And in CC, you read about that like incredible festival. Even mostly people couldn't see, only very exalted people, but like by Nityananda's meditation, he also brought Chaitanya Mahaprabhu there, and just as a joke, he was feeding Chaitanya Mahaprabhu the remnants from the plates of the devotees, and they were dancing at that festival. And so at the end of the festival, where Raghunath Das, he sponsored this incredible feast, and even Gauri Nitai were dancing at that feast. And so then at the end of that festival, Nityananda Prabhu, he gave full blessing and mercy. I think he put his feet on the head of Raghunath Das Goswami. And so it was after that incident that Raghunath Das Goswami, he was able to make a trick and like get out of his family life. And, he left his family life and he eventually got to Jagannath, and he stayed there with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he became like the most amazing renunciate. Like slowly over time, he went from like rich man's son that had all facility, and at the end, it's like you can't even repeat it. It's so horrible. He would, all the rotten Mahaprasadam from the Jagannath temple that was discovered, and that it smelled so bad, even the cows wouldn't eat that. And cows, they'll eat anything. The cows will eat so many rotten things, but even that food was so rotten, they didn't want to eat that. And Raghunath Das washed that Mahaprasadam that was so old and so rotten, and he would eat it, after it was like rinsed off. So it is like such an unbelievable display of renunciation that he showed in his life in those pastimes. And so the idea is that by the blessing of Nityananda, who can give up? We can try to give up some gross material and arthas, but at least we need some like nice prasadam, But Raghunath Das Goswami, he everything up. He was even done, no more tasty food. I will just take like, rotten Mahaprasadam basically. So anyway, I probably said too many things, but Nityananda Prabhu, he can give the blessing for this, that we can give up all kinds of material attachments. And what is our qualification? Like Mataji was saying before, the qualification for the holy name in the marketplace of the holy name, it's not about paying like, a material price, but it's about paying the price of being greedy, about being like having that desire. So the point is that Raghunath Das was 108% done with material desire. He was totally done. Not even tasty prasadam. Even he's done with that desire also. He's ready to eat rotten prasadam. He's ready to like live completely renounced. He gave up every little tinge of material sense gratification because his whole desire is now focused just on service to Krishna, service to the holy name, like that. That's my humble understanding. Is that okay, Prabhu?
Thank you, Prabhu. You removed my misconception of this verse. In fact, I was saying that it's Nityananda Prabhu looks for some qualification in us to bestow his mercy. That's not. I think I was wrong, because the verse that says that. The verse says that he give me the qualification to enter the marketplace. Like he bestowed his mercy upon Tagamadai and Raghunath Das Goswami. I just wrongly understood the verse, and you correctly.
Even in both of those cases, those devotees were doing Vaishnav Seva. That was very important. They did Vaishnav Seva.
Yeah. So he gives us a qualification, and we need that qualification. Thank you, Prabhu, for enlightening me on this verse. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Okay, let's continue. Somehow or other, I shall buy or steal the mellows of the name of Lord Hari. Becoming thoroughly intoxicated by those liquid mellows, I will be stunned. By touching the feet of those great souls who are expert in relishing those mellows, I will be constantly immersed in the sweet nectar of the holy name. Okay, please repeat. Somehow or other, I shall buy or steal the mellows of the name of Lord Hari.
Somehow or other,
I shall buy or steal the mellows of the holy name of Lord Hari.
Becoming thoroughly intoxicated by those mellows.
Becoming thoroughly intoxicated by those liquid mellows.
I will be stunned.
I will be stunned.
By touching the feet of those great souls.
By touching
the feet of those great souls.
Who are expert in relishing those mellows.
By
expert in relishing those mellows.
I will be constantly immersed in the sweet nectar of the holy.
I will be constantly
immersed in the sweet nectar of the holy name.
Okay, let's repeat by mind. Somehow or other, I shall buy or steal the mellows of the name of Lord Hari. Becoming thoroughly intoxicated by those liquid mellows. I will be stunned. By touching the feet of those great souls. Who are expert in relishing those mellows. I will be constantly immersed in the sweet nectar of the holy name. I'll read the whole thing again. Somehow or other, I shall buy or steal the mellows of the name of Lord Hari. Becoming thoroughly intoxicated by those liquid mellows, I will be stunned. By touching the feet of those great souls who are expert in relishing those mellows, I will be constantly immersed in the sweet nectar of the holy name. Can someone offer some comments on this? Or any kind of reflection, any inspiration?
I have a question.
Please.
Why is it liquid mellows?
That is a nice question. Sometimes, like Srila Rupa Goswami, he wrote his book, the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, which Srila Prabhupada called the nectar of devotion. So, and it describes all different types of moods in devotional service, all different types of relationships, all different types of ecstasy, and it is like an ocean. But it is like a nectar ocean, which means you can drink it, because drinking is like how you honor nectar. What do you think? You give your own answer also, Radha Kripa Kataksha. What do you think?
I like this explanation very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
And just a reflection. By touching the feet of those great souls who are expert in relishing those mellows. Touching the feet means following the instructions and serving the instructions, because we can't really physically touch the feet of those great souls. But by serving their instructions, then we get mercy, because the pure souls are very, very merciful. That's my small reflection.
Prabhu, your mic is mute. Is on mute.
I'm so sorry. Excuse me, that was a mistake. Akinchana, would you like to say something? I think you unmuted yourself.
No.
Oh.
I had one request with you, that you please give your own relation on this verse. We can learn so much from you. This is my humble request to you. So
I think
for each verse,
all
at
of
the
these.
end of each verse, yes, Prabhu.
Sorry. In all of
yes.
In all of these stanzas, I feel there's like from a different angle of vision, from a different type of way of thinking, he's expressing the same type of like deep desire and deep hankering for perfection in Krishna consciousness. And so, here, the like if we're not advanced in Krishna consciousness, the holy name, it will be like bitter, like if someone has jaundice, then even if you give a sugar candy, it's not very delicious. It can be bitter. But the medicine is you have to keep taking the candy. But then when you're healthy again, then it will taste very delicious because it will be sweet like sugar. So we know that that is like the holy name. It's meant to come to that point that it will be like the most satisfying, most tasty, most wonderful thing to chant Hare Krishna. Just now we are struggling because we have some material disease still. So I think that this verse, he's just he's speaking like about eagerness to taste like perfection in Krishna consciousness, and this time he's talking about the nectar of the name, and then also, the only way to be able to taste the nectar of the name is to get the mercy of the great souls. So he's speaking about touching their feet. Because those people that they already achieved that like incredible goal, they can give mercy, and we need that mercy in order to also attain that same goal. It's a few thoughts that I have. Maybe someone else would like to say something. Thank you, Prabhu. I'm sorry for speaking too much.
No, you speak less.
Shamarani
Hare
Mataji?
Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, please.
I just want to say, we constantly hear that, we cannot do anything on our own. That is why we take shelter of spiritual master to be our guiding force, to show us how. And definitely when Yashodanandan said that we're having this seminar, he said you're going to dive deep into the prayer, get into a prayerful mood. And you can see how important it is to actually pray to the Acharyas who are expert in relishing those mellows, because we can really see things differently. And the one thing I wanted to point out is somehow, we're saying somehow, that means it's not so easy. So we really have to make effort. And what do we steal? What do people steal in this world? They steal something that is valuable. And what is the most valuable thing in this world? We have to come to realize what is the most valuable thing. And that is the holy names of Krishna.
Very nice. Thank you. Very nice. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just seeing how time is running. Sorry, Yashodanandan Prabhu, did you want to say something?
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhu, actually, this verse, it makes me remember one incident that happened in Vrindavan, and what Govinda Maharaj said about that. It was like there was an initiation ceremony in the courtyard where we used to do Kirtan there, and while Maharaj was doing the lecture, all of a sudden one monkey just out of nowhere just popped in and stole a banana from the Havan Kund and just went away. Maharaj went behind his house. He went on the terrace, and he went to snatch the banana. He gave 2 bananas to the monkey, and he came back. And when he came back, he said that I've got 2 bananas. At least I've got 3 bananas from the monkey. And he said that, in order to attain the mercy of Lord Krishna, sometimes we need to steal the mercy of the Vaishnavas. And we need to be bold, just like as a monkey.
Wow. Hey, that's a great story, Yashodanandan. That was very nice. Great example. Yasoda?
Yes, Prabhu. Actually, I was going to ask how we can steal. Any ideas how to steal the mellows or the name of Lord Hari? I want to know how we can steal actually.
Maybe sometimes we have to we need to touch the lotus feet of the great souls. Sometimes maybe they don't prefer, but still we steal like that touch, and we steal the little bit of dust. I remember one time Ayendra Prabhu was walking and I was following behind him, and I made sure he didn't see because I think he would be a little irritated. but I made sure I took his dust and I put on my head after he walked, but so that he didn't see. So it was like I was a little bit of a thief. I stole that dust. I didn't I didn't like directly show him so that he didn't become irritated.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at last final very nice verse. And then we almost did 2 hours today. You're very nice devotees. I'm very grateful for your time. When will there be an awakening in me of compassion for all fallen souls? Then this Bhakti Vinod will forget his own happiness, and with a meek heart he will set out to propagate by humble solicitation the sacred order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Please repeat. When will there be an awakening in me of compassion for all fallen souls?
When will there be an
When will
awakening
there
of
be an awakening in me of compassion for all fallen souls?
Then this Bhakti Vinod will forget his own happiness.
Then this
Then Bhakti Vinod will forget his own happiness.
And with a meek heart,
And with a meek heart,
And with a meek heart,
he will set out to propagate by humble solicitation
he will set out
he
to
will
propagate
set
by
out to
humble
propagate by humble solicitation
the sacred order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
the
the
sacred
sacred
order
order
of
of
Chaitanya
Sri Chaitanya
Mahaprabhu.
Mahaprabhu.
Okay, let's repeat by mind. When will there be an awakening in me of compassion for all fallen souls? Then this Bhakti Vinod will forget his own happiness. And with a meek heart, he will set out to propagate by humble solicitation the sacred order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I will read. When will there be an awakening in me of compassion for all fallen souls? Then this Bhakti Vinod will forget his own happiness, and with a meek heart he will set out to propagate by humble solicitation the sacred order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What an incredible way to end. Someone have some reflection, something to say about this? Yasodananda Prabhu,
If
please.
nobody else will speak, I can type something.
Okay,
Prabhu?
Yasodananda next. Yes,
Pardon?
Prabhu.
Yes, actually, this verse shows that how a devotee should be. Like this verse in fact shows what a great version of Bhakti Thakur is. Like, even though he is in a such an elevated position, still he thinks, when will there be an awakening in me of compassion for all fallen souls? And also, he can forget his own happiness, and with a meek heart, he can propagate by humble citation the sacred order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this shows what a great Vaishnava he is.
Nice. Nice. Thank you, Prabhu. Yes, Shamoni Mataji, you'd like to speak?
I was just thinking, Prabhu, that we can't really look others as fallen soul, first of all, because we ourselves are fallen souls. So first we must realize we are fallen soul. Then our heart would awaken. There's compassion will awaken in us, because we can understand that what Srila Prabhupada has given us, it is helping us. Then our compassion will it be involved to actually share all of this with them. And when we serve devotees, when we serve people, when we want to distribute the holy name, when we go on Sankirtan, when we do all of these devotional services and practices, then we experience this amazing happiness that is showered on us. So we tend to forget what our concept of happiness is. And in that way, we're getting this happiness. And our heart becomes more soft and loving. And in that way, the Lord becomes pleased, and then we can really do the work that we are intended to do as devotees.
Thank you so much. Rasika Chandra Prabhu?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you unmuted. Yeah, I'll try to say a few things. Actually, this having compassion for everybody and like for all fallen souls in this world, having compassion for them and wanting to bring them to the point of Krishna consciousness, that compassion in itself is actually an expression of like the topmost standard of Krishna consciousness. And so like these, great devotees who are doing empowered preaching, I mean, our Srila Prabhupada is probably the greatest example. He gave up all of his own happiness for the benefit of others. And I think that it's a little bit of a subtle thing to understand, but this having prema for Krishna, wanting to just do service to Krishna and to Radha and Krishna, it is not a different desire than also wanting to bring all fallen souls back to their shelter and back to their service. Because when we bring other people to the service of Radha and Krishna, to the service of Gaurnitai, then we're like expanding their pleasure more and more. It's like if you make a feast and you just have like a couple of items, that's very nice. But if you have like so many items, like sometimes at the big festivals, it's not just one person cooking. Maybe it's so many devotees are cooking and everybody's putting in full effort and cooking so many items. And then, even hundreds, or I've festivals, they can have thousands and thousands of offerings or more. And so in that way, the compassion for the fallen souls, that, I don't want that people are wasting their time in Maya. I want them to come back to the service of Krishna. That type of compassion, this is also the same. It's non-different from the highest mood of devotional service. Even like you can say the gopis, they're also thinking like that. Radharani is also thinking like that. Like it says in Chaitanya Charitamrita, she's, if Krishna is interested in some pretty girl in Vrindavan or something, then Radharani will personally go to serve her, that she will come and do service for Krishna. So like this idea of compassion, bringing other people into Krishna's service. It's there in the highest expression of devotion in Goloka Vrindavan. And so that Bhakti Vinod is putting it like it's the last verse in this like incredible prayer that, you know, it's like the whole culmination is when will I have compassion and when will I preach the message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to all of the fallen souls in this world. It's like there is nothing greater than this. There's nothing higher than this. This is like an expression of like the most like wonderful, deep type of devotional service. That's like a few thoughts I have. Anyone else like to maybe? Oh, Yashoda? Or you're just giving thumbs up? Okay, well, I'm so grateful. We did so much time today. We did for like full 2 hours and a little bit more. But I think this bhajan is really worth it. And in a couple of days, we can review how to sing this song like in Bengali language, so that we can like sing this in the temple. We can sing it for our own prayer. I think it's very important to first spend some time absorbing the mind in the meaning of these prayers.
There's one, like, I wanted to just tell something about that. There's
Yes.
one common thing in all the 8 stanzas is that we have Bhaktivinoda is seeking for the blessing of devotees.
Wow.
Of Nityananda Prabhu and everyone. In all the stanzas, it is there if we read it properly. So
Very nice.
there's also one principle that without the blessing of the devotees, spiritual life is impossible. So we have to seek for the blessing. We have to look for the blessing, even if we have to steal the blessing, as you rightly said. So we have to look for that. Like in spiritual life, we say we have the work and the grace. We have to do our part, but we should also look for the grace of the Lord and the devotees.
Very nice. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, thank you. Maybe we'll leave it there. Or Premanandi, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna Vijay. Hare Krishna Vijay.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.